Hi, this is Rabbi Asher Meza of Torah Judaism International, here to speak to you about a very important topic. And this is the over-veneration, borderline worship of rabbis. This is something that Jews have been accused of for centuries, and something that we must speak out against. Look, your rabbi is fallible. All of our rabbis are fallible. Doesn't matter what some Kabbalist how he wants to interpret the word tzaddik as someone who doesn't sin. Nonsense, my friends. Okay, this is exactly what the Catholics do with their saints. I mean, that's what tzaddik means. It means a saint, and that's what many Jews do with their saints, with their tzaddikim. Look, even Tanaim and before made mistakes. These individuals are not infallible, to the point that the Talmud has a whole Masechet in it called Masechet Horayot that deals with the errors of the Sanhedrin, the errors of Chazal, and what korban they have to bring when such an error occurs. This shows that our leaders are fallible. That's something that we have to embrace in order to move forward and to stop making Judaism look ridiculous. The Torah is our base. Now, the Torah does sanction consensus. That is what is known as the Sanhedrin, who we call Chazal. That doesn't mean they don't make mistakes. Of course they make mistakes. They're just flesh and blood. And another reason I mention this is because rabbis in their community, people think that Judaism begins and ends with what their rabbi instructs them. Look, the job of a rabbi nowadays is just to amplify and bring you back to the Torah. That's it. He's not there to in some way create metaphysical reality, poskin anything into existence. Nonsense. The only individuals that had authority to create rabbinic law were those that we call Chazal, people who sat on the Sanhedrin, who had smicha, but now there is no Sanhedrin and there's no smicha, so there's ultimately no legal authority in Judaism, which means that what is written in the Talmud stands, and all rabbis or teachers nowadays are allowed to do is just to interpret the actual halakha, or to even try to apply it in a modern day setting, but that's it. Because I know you've heard it many times. How can you not agree with this or that when this rabbi said it, or Rashi said it, or the Rambam said it? These people are just human. They make mistakes. So only because some rabbi gives an opinion, his own personal opinion about a certain matter, doesn't make it any more obligatory or binding than if you or I gave such an opinion. Now, it's true, we elevate these rabbis for the knowledge they have, for what they bring to the table, but not because they are in any way superhuman or on a higher divine level than you or I. Because I'll tell you, the bulk of the discussions I've had online with rabbis or other fellow Orthodox Jews have been convinced of an idea, not because it makes sense or it appears in the Torah or even by Chazal, but because some rabbi mentioned it. And of course, if you disagree, they'll say, what? Do you think you know more than this rabbi or my rabbi? That argument has to stop. As a Jew, we already have chiseled out what we must believe in. We already have chiseled out what we must do. Anything else a modern day rabbi brings to the table, and this even includes Rishonim, and even Tanaim, if they're not dealing with legal issues, is ultimately considered optional and really disposable. That's it. Now, of course, if you belong to a community and you don't like what they do, just go to a different community. That's really the benefit of living in a larger Jewish community. Having a choice to which synagogue to go to, where you may feel more comfortable hashkafically. Now, this notion of infallibility of rabbis really was made popular in the last century. In 1919, Agudas Israel invented the notion of Das Torah. This notion that Gedolim nowadays are a Sefer Torah Chai, like a walking Torah scroll, and they cannot make mistakes, and they have divine prophecy on the level of Ruach HaKodesh. Nonsense. This was unheard of in the mainstream Jewish world of the past, and was really only believed by a handful of Hasidim. And I know that what I'm saying nowadays seems so foreign to what's typically taught in the average yeshiva or the average synagogue. But friends, it is true. Rabbis nowadays ultimately have no power. They're only there to explain halakha and teach you Torah, and that's it. And in any other area that your rabbi wants to step in and give you advice in, to be some sort of life coach, he can, but it's optional to believe. That's it. For more information about everything Jewish, please visit TorahJudaism.com. Thank you.